Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, welcome, I should say, to Northernlion Tries Poly Bridge 2. Poly Bridge was a cute... I'm gonna call it a vibe, okay? I mean, it was a bridge building simulator, but it was not really like an engineering heavy, dry, like technical bridge building simulator. It was a little bit more casual, and with a meditative, like acoustic John Mayer style soundtrack that kept you wanting to come back. Fun destruction and very gifable moments. I remember it specifically as like a good bridge builder that also had like one-click GIF export my failure or success, which was like a huge selling point for me back then. And still now to have that stuff so simply indicated is awesome. But yeah, it's a vibe. It's just a nice game to hang out in. Poly Bridge 2 comes out today, I think. I did receive a code from the publisher, thank you for that. And the video was an hour late today because the embargo was an hour late, so I swapped this in Monster Train, in case you're curious. We're on level 1, literally just booted it up. Let's build a bridge across this gap. Click on this. Not a problem. Now, match the road to the guide. I mean, if this is all it takes to build a bridge, this is easy enough for me. Now, it's not to say, just because I said it wasn't technical heavy, let's say, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is not a game where physics apply. As you can see for yourself, this was a complete disaster here. And she went under the water like it was the opening scene from Out of This World on the Sega Genesis. Try again. We need to fix the gap in the trusses. Let's connect these two joints to strengthen the bridge. How do you feel about that? Does that have enough strength for you? Oh, not quite. Not quite. She's going down again. There's still problems. Drag select with the right mouse button. Delete. Shift the left click to make this joint closer. And connect them using a single wooden strut. How about now? Oh, baby. Enjoy your camping trip. Tutorial completed. Alright, we got $10,000. We got road and wood, and we have a car. Triangles. Yo, a bridge building game that gives you a engineering lesson. They always assume everybody had like a civil engineer dad and a materials engineer mom and has been building bridges since they were kids. Not me. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not really blaming this on my parents. It's more that in school, teachers noticed that I was like good at reading and writing and were like, don't worry so much about the building stuff. You're just book smart. You know, let's not go into my things, okay? Let's just take this opportunity to learn and say thank you to the game for teaching us. Connecting triangles together keeps your bridge from falling. All right, it's not as robust as I thought, maybe. Let's see how we can do here, though. So we want the road to just basically go all the way across. Another strength of Poly Bridge 1, and I don't know if it's going to apply on Poly Bridge 2 because we just got freaking started, but another strength of Poly Bridge 1 for sure was it has like the most accessible UX of any bridge builder I've played in my entire life. You know, good indicators of what your maximum range is. Really, like what you expect to have happen when you click happens. What you expect to have happen, or what I expect to have happen when I right-click happens. So I'm assuming this is gonna work. Yo, dynamic camera angles too. Almost no stress on the joints. You love this? Oh, it's a golf course. I get it. That's cute. And look at that. Excuse me. 52nd place? Eunice? How'd you build a bridge like this with $2 grand? Like, I'll just straight up. That's $2 grand. So you're telling me you built the road in such a way. You know what? I know what you did. I know what you did. You did one of those, didn't you? And then, hold on. When I ask you to hold on, I'm asking you to hold the door, okay? Can you shift drag, right? Yeah. Did you do one of those? Will that stay up? Absolutely not. So we're gonna do a little... You know what? Give me a quick deletion on this one. There we go. Like this. And then we're probably gonna spend more this way. But this is my way, okay? This is the way I choose to live my life, and if you have questions about it, that makes two of us. But if it works, we get our name up in lights. Probably just move on to the next level. The car is a little slower than I thought, okay? So let's start this over from 0. Just you know what? I should know my place in this game. My place in this game is not to be the guy making... You know, it's like playing a Zachtronics game. I'm not the guy who's like breaking the histogram for everybody else. I'm the guy who's just happy to have been invited in the first place. So let's accept our $7,000 bridge. And let's honestly say thank you for giving us the opportunity. Look at that. Okay. How do we do? Top 61%. Sure, why not? Next level. A new slope. Build a bridge on a slope. Okay, I mean, it's not as easy. You're asking me to do something that's not as easy. But I will do it. So here's how I'm thinking you do this, alright? You start with something like this. Everybody knows from the tutorial, triangles are man's best friend. This might be a little overkill, but hey, we can refactor later. I mean, I wasn't expecting that to work. So this is actually a little wild, but hear me out here. Oh, the music's still bopping too. Just work with me on this one. The thing's gonna snap. But like, what if it didn't, dude? Yo, you can see what broke last time too. Just work with me. Because I'm not letting Eunice get one over on me, you know? Just because they got a PhD in statics. Not letting them get one over on me. Alright, Eunice, you got this one, okay? I think, again, let's not lose faith here. What I like about this game, well, about Polybridge 1 specifically, but Polybridge 2 so far, it makes, in the same way that Fleetwood Mac made lovin' fun, it makes losing fun. You're not that frustrated when your bridge fails, because you're like, you know what? At least I get to watch these hapless tourists have the worst day of their lives. You think that'll stay at the start? Let's be honest, it probably won't if it wouldn't stay without a van on it. So I don't know. If you bust out the four-sided square, you're already asking for trouble, but let's at least look at the start of this. How's the start of this looking? Oh, baby. Okay, we need a little bit more reinforcement here. We got a heck of a moment. I don't normally start to lose at these games until, reliably at least, until about a quarter of the way through when they start to hit you with, like, now make a suspension bridge, or, like, now make a drawbridge. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that can't be done. So now, you refactor. Bigger triangles are stronger triangles. That's what broke last time? Good to know. Yo, the interface is so good. I'm not really like an interface nerd, but I have read The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman. And I gotta tell you, so have the designers of this game. Good stuff. Hey, top 77%. Eunice, great job. You're so good. Congratulations. But move me on to the next level. Steel is much stronger than wood, but is also very expensive. Oh, but I mean, we got no choice here, you know? We're dealing with a dump truck. Truck. Guy's like, what? What if you go under here? Hear me out, okay? What if you do something like this? Like, engineering is really just like applied physics and mathematics, right? Is that a fair assessment, roughly? So if we're trying to make something strong, making it symmetrical, assuming the force applied everywhere is even, is pretty smart, right? You're laughing, but it might make it. Look. What can I say? The comedic timing is off the charts. So the only other thing I would think of... We have so much budget, though, dude. Wow, it's so stable. It's like... That's what's breaking? Come on now. Dude, I would drive over this thing. Look, it's so stable. It's good. It's good. It's going. It's going and it's good. Dude. Incredible. Top 41%? Yo, game soup. Isn't that WarioWare game we played? Don't let the boats hit your bridge. Try building over it. Okay. So we got an A1 and we got an A2. I understand. So this first step is a doozy. We'd rather you start to descend before you get too much speed, I think. But that's like... That's spooky. Hold on here. I'm just thinking. I know steel is a little heavy. Obviously. But if it's stupid and it works, it ain't stupid, dude. Like, look at this. Look at this. That's not what I wanted to do, but maybe it's a happy little accident. Yeah, we destroyed the road, so I would say that probably is not wise. Okay, road, please. Will this hang? Oh, it'll hang. It won't hang with the truck on it, but in principle it'll hang. Okay, don't be a dummy. You're being a dummy right now. You know what? Why would you even build it down here? Just build the whole thing over top, you fool. Red just means anchor point. So just get a nice light ascent. And then we'll go to about here. And people will even, at this point, have some nice views coming over the top. Look at that. Now, how do you handle this? You're gonna laugh. Let's try some wood to start with here. I'm gonna make this look like the Great Canadian Mindbuster. That's a little Canadian roller coaster joke for anybody out there watching this who's had the pleasure of going to Canada's Wonderland, formerly known as Paramount Canada's Wonderland. So I love the fact that you can refactor, whoops, so easily on the fly. Now we can just be like, you know what? We want the triangles to be slightly bigger. It even shows you the range of the triangles, which is so nice. So, step one. Going a little wood support. Then a little steel right here. Okay, it's not fair because we know the second part's going to take the whole system down. But my next step would be, this part's obviously just jacked up. On this side, you need the supports to go over the top. Now, the question is, can wooden supports support a monster truck? And I think the answer is yes, if I'm driving, because I'm a good driver. And I've never let myself get concerned with the laws of physics, you know? I just do it by feel. I am worried if our monster truck is gonna hit our own supports. Does that happen? So, just to be honest, I really thought we built like the cheapest bridge we could. But we're still in there. Hey, even Eunice spent heavy on this one. Cars must collect their checkpoints before collecting their flag. Of course. So A11 has to rise up a little bit. And we'll say, you know what? Cars only on the upper side. So we'll just take you up to right about here. And then we should be able to just descend quite gently. And then I honestly, for me, I look at this and I say, you know what? There's no road there. Or there's nothing to ballast us at the bottom. That's a word that makes sense in this context, right? Really, like, you do have to realize that at the end of the day, a bridge building simulator is really like a triangle making simulator to some extent. But this stuff, you also have to keep in mind, we're still very much like in the tutorial right now, I think. Or at least the easy levels. I think they do a really good job in this series, at least, you know, of the one and a bit game I've played so far, of making it fun even when it's easy. And really, I don't even consider it easy. It's just like it's at my level. Hopefully, you would also consider it enjoyable, even if you are an engineering wunderkind, unlike yours truly. Dude, I think wood is gonna do it here. Eunice is gonna be calling us up, asking, how did you make that bridge so cheap? And I'm gonna say, quite counterintuitively, I could teach you, but I'll have to charge. It's gonna be a good line. Now, I will also say, I think we need something here, and like here. We'll see. Oh, it's already a little stressed. It's in the drink. What broke? You broke? Betrayal, dude. Come on, 2 little steel beams. That should do it. It almost did it. You broke? Have you considered how dare you? It's expensive, but if it gets us across, then I'll take it. It was substantially worse, but at least they died before they hit the water. Work with me here, okay? You cut this section out, it's trash. I don't know who made that. You put a single steel center point. And then throw that in as a buffer. And then one of these as well. Went down like a ton of bricks, huh? What about this? Ooh. Who would have thought? And my max stress was only 99.9. Other players' solutions. Yo, that's so good. I didn't know you could. You could do it like that? What about this one? You use. I see. You just put the braces in the middle instead of making 2 different braces. Use hydraulics to create a drawbridge. I would like a tutorial on hydraulics. Thank you. Hydraulics allow your bridges to change shape. We have to modify this bridge to allow the boat to pass by. Place 2 pistons to match the guidelines above. Yeah, but I think you want those to be reversed, but drag the arrow of the hydraulic on the right side to plus 50% expansion. Okay. Create a split joint to allow each side of the bridge to move separately. If we simulated the bridge now, it would tear itself apart. Remove the 2 indicated braces. Struts, sorry. Great job. Now we can make a drawbridge. Yeah, but this is not working right. Sorry. Tutorial, I trust you, but I've made a mistake. Never mind, I'm great. When hydraulics move a drawbridge, it's important to know where your rotation points are. The highlighted joint rotates as the hydraulic contracts. Really nice simulated, like, coming at you movement in a cross-section from a head-on perspective. That's fun. And look at that. Absolutely incredible. Now, would I drive across this bridge? Absolutely. Would I suggest you do the same? I don't believe so, no. All right. Create a drawbridge. Easy. I mean, instead of creating a drawbridge, we could just go over. But let's not. Let's make an effort to interface and learn something. So, that'll be our split joint. Good stuff. And then we're just gonna pull those two up. How hard could it be? So I think you really start with wood. I think you just start by building essentially one bridge. One completely normal bridge. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm using my sarcasm voice, but I genuinely believe that this is the way we iterate here. So we would expect this bridge might work. It failed at the split joint, kind of, but it kind of works, and we can work on it from there, is I guess what I should say. So then, I would say, we just need a small hydraulic, like from here to here. And we need a hydraulic that does the exact same thing in the other direction. And then we need to remove this. Everything else should still work. Then I would say, pull some steel out of here. And we'll just make like one. Oh, it's gonna be so expensive. This is gonna cost us like the rest of our budget. But work with me. Because I said so. I mean, you always want your bridge to be as strong as possible. I do wonder why you're breaking. We might need to... Those aren't supposed to exist either? Maybe. We'll talk about it, okay? And I'm gonna be honest, this right side, we ran into budgetary constraints. So you're gonna have to live with wood. And perhaps not enough to even stabilize yourself. Whatever, you're over budget. We'll figure it out. Really, it's more of a problem that the whole thing is falling apart. Like, what if you just did... Oh, it won't go all the way. Is this enough? I'm trying to do this without looking at the answers in the back of the book. You know what I mean? Whole thing instantly came down. You broke! Betrayal, dude. What broke this time? You broke. Okay. See? I told you. Good triangles. I know what's happening here. You still broke. I have no idea what's happening here. Oh, you know what? We didn't do this part yet. Alright, now it's clear. These have also got to go. So we might have to... Well, I don't know. Do you brace under there? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't feel too confident about my motorcycle going across the middle of this bridge. Step 1 at least has been handled. Feel like the middle of this bridge is in a bad place. It's totally fine, actually, even though in my heart of hearts that doesn't seem like it should make sense at all. Let's see other player solutions here. Oh, that looks so good. That's incredible. How about this, though? Oh, you coward. You just built a bridge over the boat. How about this one? That looks nice as well. I gotta be honest. We were top 83%. I told you, this is where I start to lose it. Some checkpoints reverse the direction of the car. Understood. So really what I would say about Polybridge and about Polybridge 2, it's basically like the easiest game to accidentally play so much more of than you thought you did. I'm already like, what? It's been 26 minutes? I could play this for hours. So it comes highly recommended. Does it offer all that much compared to its predecessor? I honestly, I mean, that was like 5 years ago. You're asking a lot of me, is all I'm trying to say. What I would say is that it's a very rewarding and enjoyable experience. And no joke, Polybridge 2, once they announced it, which admittedly was only like a month ago, instantly became like one of the games I was most excited for this year. Just because, like, it's such a... Is it a 10 out of 10 game? That's really up to you. It depends how much you enjoy the simulation of building these bridges. But if you like what you see, it's 10 out of 10 the easiest game to recommend of all time, right? Like, it's so... It just is what it is, you know? What you see is what you get. And for my money, I think it's the best of the bridge builders. I really think if you just drive better, you could make it across. If you're gonna force my hand, this will probably just move our problem downstream. Not to mention, come on, 800 bucks for a single steel bar? Also, you can never drive anything more expensive than a taxi over this, but... Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it. It did not move our problem downstream. We're up there at 16th place. Dude, that's so cool. What a cool looking bridge. Look at that. I didn't know you could do that. You know what? We should try on our next one. Oh, no, we're doing rope bridges. Rope and cable are strong and long, but they cannot be compressed. I really, just to be honest, have no idea how a rope bridge works. Tips. You may hang your bridge with ropes and cables, but they will sag and provide no support when compressed. Dude, even the hint menu is so good. I'm not being facetious, although it is essentially just giving me the solution here, I think. Okay, so obviously we don't want them to compress. I don't know if we should support our bridge on hot air balloons, but what's done is done. It's a long one. Like, I don't know. Are there any bridges in the real world supported on hot air balloons? Seems like it might be a bit dangerous if there's wind. I know you're going to be like, well, there are several supported on large concrete pillars. Yeah, I know. That's not what I was talking about, though. I was talking about a big old hot air balloon like the Remax logo, right? Sorry to bust out the George Lucas voice, but, you know, sometimes it's got to be done. So we're making this, like, highly asymmetrical to start with. Like, these triangles are just absolutely jagged. But because we can refactor it so easily later, it doesn't make that big of a difference. Just send it. Oh, it doesn't quite make it, dude. These ones do. So it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, because we can refactor it later, it's not that... It's not that big of a deal, I think. Although the whole bridge is kind of leaning. We're making the whole bridge lean slightly to the left. But that's okay. Just drive a little bit to the right when you're going over it. It'll be a nice natural curve. Now this should not stay up. Yes, it will fall apart under its own weight. Fair enough. Then... Well, let's look at the tip again. For a smaller bridge. Okay, I see what we're going to roughly do here. So we're going to subdivide this into 2 halves, like right here. And then you're going to kind of like take the halves of the half. Like this. And... It's not symmetrical, but... You see where my head's at on this one. We might need cables. But I doubt we do because we're out of budget already. But it is working. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Oh my god. Are you seeing this? They just used rope. That one's pretty good. That one's cool. I like that. Alright. Well, I think that's gonna do it. But really, I can't recommend... Polybridge 2 enough. I think it's... Sorry, I know that's a sentence that if you're a developer, you're like, I can't recommend Polybridge 2. No, it's the opposite. I can't recommend it enough. I think Polybridge 1 was an amazing game. Oftentimes goes on sale for like 3 cents and is well worth it. Polybridge 2 seems like more of the same. And I really can't stress enough that if you are an idiot like me, the accessibility changes in this make it even better. And you can see, like, we got a... Unity. We got a long way to go in the campaign here. And there's also workshop campaigns in this. So you can actually, I was just going to say, make workshop levels and have other people play them. And then the idea is that if people make a bunch of content for Polybridge 2, you can have essentially an endless campaign. So I really like Polybridge. I really like Polybridge 2. Surprising absolutely nobody. If you enjoyed the video, go check out the game. It came out on Steam today, I believe, at the link in the video description below. I'm not being sponsored to play this, but I did receive a code from the developers, so thank you for that. And if you enjoyed the episode, I'm going to assume you did. It's a pleasant game, and you watched all 32 minutes and 40 seconds of it. Click the like button. It helps me out a great deal. In fact, it's the single best way to send a message to YouTube. That is, hey, I enjoyed this content. Please support the content creator and let your algorithm show this to more people. And sends a message to me. Hey, NL, I like this video. Make more videos like this in the future. I will. For now, thanks for watching. I wouldn't be surprised to see more Polybridge show up on the channel in the future. This is your reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. We do videos like this every single day, about 6 times a day. And of course, I'll be in the comments soaking up dopamine. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!